Welcome to part 7 of the DA50 RG aircraft design using CATIA V5. We're just going to dive in right where we left off last time. Now that we have our top and bottom profile, now we need to define the girth or the width, and we can do that by creating sketches. Our aircraft and most aircraft have elliptical shapes, so it's going from some rounded off rectangle to an ellipse. Some point might be circular, like the beginning or the middle part of the cargo compartment, and then it goes back to another ellipse. So let's start creating those profiles. So I'm going to hide the other planes. Let's go back to where we are, and then I'm just going to hide all these planes, and then we're going to show each one and sketch each one. So just hide all these planes. To go to tools, hide all planes, and we're going to show the last plane that we created. Then click on this plane and sketch. We're going to create an ellipse. It is above the center. So we just create an ellipse. Make sure it is both vertical and horizontal. You can make sure it's vertical, but when you see the coincidence with the vertical axis. And then I'm going to change the orientation because I want our ellipse to fit these 2 points. So you can select it and pull it upwards. Okay, now select our ellipse, control and hold and select this point. Then go to constraint definition and select coincident. Once again, and the top point that we had created, and define a coincident definition right there. You can go back to normal view using this icon. We're going to define the thickness, so just select the profile, define the semi-minor axis diameter to be 200. Exit to the workbench. Let's hide this plane now, and we're going to show not the second one, but the third last one, the one that was at 3190 distance. And we need a bottom point here for reference, so we're going to intersect this join curve with this plane, preview, and select OK. So now we have 2 reference points, and we can now select this plane and sketch. We're going to sketch a circle using center. And then I'm going to rotate so I can see where my points are. And once again, just select the circle, control, hold, select the point, go to constraint definition and select coincident. Select OK. Again, the circle with the top point, constraint definition, coincident, and select OK, then exit the workbench. Now we have 2 profiles. Hide this plane and show the second plane that we created. You can double check it by the distance. It's 1915. And we're also going to sketch this. select an ellipse. Make sure it is vertical. And once again, select the ellipse, the bottom point, and then go to constraint definition and select coincidence. We're going to do the same with the top point. Select coincidence, go back to normal view and give it a diameter definition. Right click and select semi-minor axis, and the diameter is going to be 1290. That is the width of the aircraft at that point. Select OK. Exit the workbench. And finally, our last sketch. Finally, our last sketch, we're going to once again intersect this, show the first plane that we created. And we need to create a control point here. So go to wireframe, intersect this join with the new plane. Select OK. And then we're going to sketch plane 9. Create another ellipse. Make sure it is vertical. So you select the ellipse, Ctrl and hold, select the bottom point, constraint definition, coincidence, select OK. Let's lower it a bit down and then select it. The top point, coincidence, select OK. Go back to normal view and give it a diameter definition. Semi-minor axis, and the diameter is 1500. Sorry, double click. The diameter is 1500. Exit the workbench. And now you can hide that plane. And we have all the profiles we need to create our surfaces right now, but we're going to create them in 2 sections. It's easier to create this section right here because they are all kind of similar, but between this section, which is a bit rectangular, to the ellipse, we are going to have to create more coupling curves to guide our geometry the way we want it to be. So we can start by joining these 3. Go to surfaces, multi-section surfaces, and just select these 3 profiles. Now, one thing you want to make sure is that all the closing points are at the same point, and also they are facing the same direction. So you can see these are our first one, second one, third, and zoom in on the 4th one to make sure they are all similar. Then we're going to add guide curves. Select the top and bottom profile like that. Apologies, we need to connect these 2. Cancel. First, let's connect this spline and this spline. Preview, select OK. Let's go back and create a multi-section surface. And again, cross check, make sure all the closing points are on the same side and the tangency directions are all facing the same direction. For the guides, use the top curve and the bottom curve. Preview and select OK. Now we have a new surface. We can go and apply material. I'm going to select the same painting and OK. We can go to Tools, Hide All Points, and then we can hide the ones that we don't need, the sketches that we don't need. So now in the next episode, we're going to join the space in between with a new surface by using more guide curves or more coupling curves. So see you in the next part.